Hello, how are you? My name's Samantha and these are my Christmas vlogs. I think we're on day 21. I've missed a couple of days. I wasn't going to record tonight. I was going to just leave it till tomorrow. But I think I've missed 2 days now. So now you have freshly showered and jammied me. It's quite late. It's nearly 10 o'clock and yeah. I thought I would come on and say hi and show you the things that I've been doing. Which, to be fair, isn't a huge amount. I know I always say that, but I think doing the vlogs every couple of days works better than doing them every single day, because if I'm doing them every single day, you tend to see the same thing every day, and if I've had some busy, like this week has been madness. The last couple of days have been so hectic. It's the last week of school, and sorry, alarm's going off outside, car alarm. Because it's the last week at school, and also my 11-year-old's last week of primary school, he's going into high school after the summer, they decided just to do, oh god, the dog's on the move. Well, calm down. They decided to do lots of stuff just in the last couple of days. Yesterday was horrendous. It wasn't a horrendous day, just the amount of stuff that the school had on was horrendous. Sorry, the dog's over there doing something. Lil, what are you doing? Oh dear. Come on. Come here. Right, calm down. So yeah, it's been a very, very hectic couple of days. That's why I don't really have an awful lot done, and I don't really have I've not been on. But I think I'm planning on doing vlogs in September as well, do a spooky September, so I can get all my Halloween stuff done for October. And I think for September I'll probably do the vlogs every couple of days rather than daily as well, because it just seems to work out better. You get to see more, you're not looking at exactly the same things every single day, and it means that I'm less pressured to be constantly producing things to show you. So yeah, let's show you some actual stuff now. The dog's jumping at the back door because the neighbours are being very noisy. My neighbours have a small child. Well, no, my neighbours have a grandchild who they let stay up till all hours, and it stresses the dog out because she screams. But it's fine. First thing I'm going to show you is my snowman. So, it's a snowman, Lil. And she's going to run up and down because she thinks something's happening. Right. Now, this has got the light shining through the back, so you can see some threads. But if I have, let's see if I've got anything I can put up behind it. If I put something up behind it, you do not see the threads through the fabric. So this is red work, which is essentially you just do the outlines of things. I've used a split stitch. You just do the outline in red. The red that I chose was this random skein of Anchor that has been in my scrap tin for like forever. So I'm just going to keep using this and just do red work until it's finished, I suppose. Yeah, so just some scrap old Anchor. It is very, very old. The labels have changed and everything. And there's my wee snowman. I've showed this a couple of times already. It's from these, which I got off Amazon. They're little iron-on transfers. Oh gosh. There we go. That's the different patterns that you get in it. And you just iron them onto your fabric and the pattern shows up. And off you go. Stitch away. You can do whatever stitching you want with them. You don't need to do, they're not specific thread work ones. You can have them where you do lots of different colours and just the outline. You can fill them in. It's embroidery. You can do whatever you like. If you watch my podcasts, I've done a couple of embroidery bits on there. And I've done a few bits where I've done the outline in black and then filled it in with paints. I've done watercolour pencils. I've done lots of different things, you know. It's your artwork. You make it however you like it. And you mix up as many different things as you want to. So that's my little red work snowman. It's still like this because I haven't decided what to do with it yet. I'm not sure whether to leave it in the hoop and just like cinch up the back of it, or whether to turn it into a little pillow, because it'd be a cute little pillow as well. So yeah, that's why it's not finished yet, because I haven't decided how I want to fully finish it. My other finish that I have for you is, get the right way around, the snow cone shawl. So, let's give you a close-up of the texture. Again, I've shown this quite a few times. Managed to get it finished. It's a wonderfully simple 2-row repeat pattern. It's from Fiberflux on YouTube. Even if you do not know how to crochet, you can follow this video because she goes through everything. She shows you how to do the stitches, she shows you the pattern, and you know, she goes through absolutely everything. Really nice tutorials. And yeah, if you're an experienced crocheter, then it's just a nice mindless TV crochet basically. The texture on the back is just completely flat, but on this side, if you see if I can find a good example, like see there, it's like raised, and then you have the different colour pops coming through. So it's really nice. I used DK yarn. It's mystery yarn from Good Vibes mystery bag, and a 5.5mm hook, and this is just under 200 grams because I had 2 balls of it left, and I think I had about maybe 10-15 grams left, but no, it can't have been that much. Maybe about 10 grams. It wasn't enough to do another row, I know that much, because I started weighing it. Once the ball started to get small, I can't remember because I finished it a couple of days ago and a lot's happened since then. I'm sorry if I'm really waffly, by the way. I'm very tired. I've had a very, very people-y couple of days, so I'm physically tired because of all the running around I've had to do, but I'm also mentally tired because I've been doing a lot of peopling and a lot of organising, and my 11-year-old does not deal well with people and crowds and all sorts of things, and it's been a very emotional time for him anyway. We leaving school, and then they had parties and limousines full of like flashy lights and things, and he had a good time, but it's going to take him a couple of days to get over it. So it's going to be a fun weekend. So that's my 2 finishes that I've had. Whips, I'll show you my socks first because they are just here. I'm halfway through a row. I've done from here. This is my sock tube that I'm doing with my West Yorkshire Spinners yarn in Candy Cane. No, maybe. I don't know. You can't get this anymore anyway. This is their Christmas colourway from a few years ago, and I'm just knitting a big massive long tube, and then I will cut heels and toes and things into it at a later date and end up with some very long socks. And they're just 64 stitch on 2.5mm needles. I think those ones are the Addi Turbos. Yeah, because I've still got another pair of socks on my favourite ones, which are the Knit Pro Novas, and I think they're Addies. Oh, the dog's back again. Lil, please don't stop wrecking the place. Right, what else do we have for whips then? My blanket. Of course, the blanket. This is my month-long project that I'm doing, and I it was a Cal from last Christmas, and I bought the colour pack for it. I'll show you the colour pack. It's greatly diminishing. We have white as the main colour, fuchsia purple, aspen and empire. It's all Stylecraft Special DK, and I'm using a 4mm hook. The pattern is the Ho 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 blanket by Rosina Plain. There we go. It's going to look like that. I am just starting this section here with the snowmen. Well, I'm not just starting it. I'm about halfway through, I think. So, oh, that means the end is in sight. I really think that I might put some extra time into this though, because Lilith, what are you doing? No, do not start barking. She's barking at the neighbours. Lilith, come here. Come on. Good girl. Come here. Do you want a biscuit? There you go. Good girl. What was I saying? Yeah, I watched the Aria Bark podcast, and like I always watch the Aria Bark podcast, and she's doing a knit along for the Star Blanket, the Stephen West one. And I keep looking at it and going, no, I cannot start another blanket. I can't start a huge blanket like that, especially not a knitted one, because, you know, knitted ones take a lot longer than crocheted ones. Can't do it, don't have time. So I've bought the stuff to make the blanket, and I really want to start it. Oh no, I'm terrible. But I think it'll look really nice in pink and grey. So I've got it in, I've got a pink and then 3 shades of grey. So I really want to get this one finished so that I can start on that one. Oh God, the dog's after the biscuits again. Right, on you go. She's been a pest now. Right, I've not even shown you the blanket yet. Sorry, I'm really tired. This, ooh. So we start off at the Santas, then the little pattern, then the snowflakes, and then my really weird looking holly, where I made a mistake, and then we have the Ho Ho Ho. And since, oh, I'm really sorry, the dog's knocking the camera. Oh. Since you've seen it, I've done these ones. I decided to do the holly the right colour rather than mirroring it. And there's my little snowman bellies and little mini Christmas trees. Lilith, what you doing? So sorry. So we're about halfway through the snowman. And yeah, I think I'm going to try to get more than my 8 rows a day done. It will have a border on it, because when you do these, Lil, get down. No, don't knock the camera. Don't. She's right there. Don't knock the camera. You'll make the people sad. She doesn't care. What was I talking about? So sorry. Right. This is overlay mosaic crochet. So you do 1 colour per row. You have on these ends. The right side's always facing you. You do your row, you cut it at the end. Then you do an envelope border. You can leave it as tassels if you like, or there's an envelope border that will go around it. But I'm going to do the border because it's not huge. I mean, it's nice little lap blanket size, but it's not huge. And even though I'm mostly going to have it as a decorative thing, it's quite squishy though. But this is on the back, look. So it's all like front loop double crochets and back loop single crochets. So it's nice and squishy. It's got a nice bit of weight to it. And yeah, I think I'm going to try and power through it a bit. The kids are on holiday now, but we'll see how that goes. I mean, I'm hoping that I'll be able to power through it a bit and get it done, because I really want to start the Star Blanket star blanket because it's awesome. It's also huge. But I want it for on my bed. I just need to get on with it. And I think the only other thing that I've got, which you'll be glad to see, because oh my gosh, I shouldn't have recorded tonight, honestly, because my head is all over the place. So if you watched my introduction video, you will have seen this. It's the King Cole Christmas Crochet Book 5 by Zoe Halstead. And it's got the gingerbread man, and then it's a hot water bottle cover, and then it's got a tea cozy, little garlandy thing, a little wreath thing, jar covers, and that's an advent calendar. And let's see if I can find a picture. Find a picture without the pattern. It's there, right on the front cover. So I'm making this little guy. Only I've decided to make him without the t-shirt, because when I make gingerbread men, they are not wearing little t-shirts. So we've got his little body and his little arms, and I'm on his head at the moment. I am using this, which I've never used before. It's Kiddies Super Soft Aran by Signet. I think the colour is clay. Yep, colour is clay. So, that way around. There we go. And there we go. Oh wow, we're actually focusing today. And it's actually used quite a bit of the ball. I didn't think it was going to be quite so big, but yeah. The pattern in this calls for DK and a 3.5mm hook. So I'm using Aran and a 3mm hook because I like the stitches I get from that. The thing when you're making amigurumi, right, because everybody's tension is different, and sometimes you can get away with that if you're making, say, a shawl or something like that, or a scarf or a hat or a blanket, or, you know, where gauge isn't really that bad. When you're making amigurumi, you do not necessarily, it's the same when you're making garments, you do not necessarily have to use the hook that they say. You have to like start off, unless like I know that I crochet quite loosely, so I know I need a smaller hook. If I were using a DK, I would have gone down to like a 2.5, or maybe even a 2, depending on which DK I'm using, because all yarn weights are, like, all DK yarns are not created equal. But when you're making amigurumi, it's really important that you have the stitches tight and close together. Lilith, what are you doing? She's in a nightmare. My TV's up there on the wall, and earlier on we were watching a nature programme, and there was a bear, like a big brown bear catching fish, and she decided she wanted to fight the bear. So she's like up and down pogoing in front of the telly, and the telly's above the mantelpiece, which has ornaments on it, and she was just knocking everything flying. So now she keeps looking for the bear on the telly. It's not there. No. Oh dear. So what was I talking about? Yeah, amigurumi, you want your stitches to be tight, so you just have to like mess around with your hook size until, stop it. No. Oh, I cannot wait till she gets out of this puppy stage. I'm not playing with you. I'm recording for the people. No. No. Right. I'm going to go because she's just being really annoying and she's going to keep barking, and I'm sure that's very loud and obnoxious, and I do apologise. Ah, dear. So, in theory, I will be back either tomorrow or the next day. It depends on how much I get done. And yeah, until then, enjoy, have fun, and I shall speak to you later. Bye. not switching off. This thing never works.